Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something kind of different. I started it before in July and it didn't go very far, but we will be doing a budgeting video, and I'm going to go ahead and fill out all of the sheets with you. But first we're going to go through what all these sheets are. All of them are available in my Etsy shop. It is a budgeting bundle. It comes with an undated version of this particular one, which is the month, along with a savings, monthly budget, weekly check-in, weekly budget. There is also a bi-weekly budget, and then a transaction log. I only printed what I needed for this, so let's go ahead and hop right in. First, we're going to come here to the August budget, and we're going to add all of the bills in to the calendar. That's where my micron will come in. And we will start with, let's see. And I'm gonna fill these in kind of a little, fill them in a little bit scattered just because I did not write them in order on my cheat sheet that I have on the side. All right, so I feel like I probably missed something on here, but it covers all of the basics. We've got rent. I already remembered one. All right, so we've got rent and rental insurance, which is lemonade. We have our power and water and trash are all under one bill, which is through our city. So this is for our house. And that also would be, let's see, we've got car insurance, car payments. We've got phone, internet, credit cards. And I'm pretty sure that is actually everything. And if you notice that the last 2 weeks of the month are actually bill heavy, which is, I think, a little backwards for some other people. And that being said, though, we break our bills apart and pay bit by bit instead of having to worry about paying, these 3 bills this week and these 6 bills this week. And it has actually been very helpful for us. So I'm going to go through and highlight using my mild liner. I've got gray and green, which I will actually be using throughout this, but these are going to be used to indicate what is paid digitally and what is paid, what I pull out for cash. So that means nothing that, say, every amount of money that I put aside for rent is going to be done digitally, as opposed to, say, my credit card. We'll go ahead and do this one specifically, where we will go through and pull out the cash and set it aside, and then make one lump payment. And it's mostly because I like to try to keep everything as organized as I possibly can. Let's see, we've got this one. I should have highlighted this whole day. And what I've learned from this particular instance is that I need to start highlighting before I write, because that micron bleeds. All right, so the way that we budget is a little different. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this over here, which is the monthly budget. I'm gonna write down all of these bills and what the amounts are. And then we're going to get into the income portion. So going to go, not that pen. What did I do? I'll go ahead and write in this information. So all right, so let's go ahead and talk just a little bit about why this is going to be partially empty. And I will go in and we'll fill it in a little bit more as the month goes on. But right now, our bills are roughly the same. Like these these five right here don't change. 6. The city does change, but it depends on the power and the water usage. Trash is always the same, but it's factored in there. When it comes to Christmas groceries, spending, saving, these numbers are very, what is a good word to use? These are very moving. I decide this on a weekly basis. It's not always the same, so I don't really budget a total for this in the beginning of the month. It is just something that we're going to come in with the totals at the end of the month. That being said, I am not going to fill in this totals box just yet because I don't have totals to put into it. This month we will be skipping that snowball, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that out. An income type, it's going to say M check because that's me. We're going to budget $750. Now, I was a salary employee for a while until COVID started, and when COVID started, it turned into I want to say it turned more into me making sure that, blah, 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 words. It turned me into an hourly employee. So then I went from salary to having my salary split into an hourly rate. That being said, I had to start clocking in and out. And so sometimes some weeks I have more hours, less hours, etc. So my income is now shifting. But because I keep roughly around the same amount of hours, my income budgeted is about $750. If I go over that, great. If I go under that, that sucks and means I didn't get enough hours. But what we have decided to do is to, use that extra money. And so we're going to go in and do the weekly budget now. And we're going to get the totals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to write these things in here, but I'm also going to specify which ones are going to be digitally done as opposed to which ones I would be getting cash for. So all right, so here's where we get into the fun part. We're going to go ahead and fill in the actual amounts that are going to be going into each of these items. All right, here's where we get into the fun part, and that would be filling in all of these numbers. So first we're going to go in here and put my actual income, which is going to be $935.08. That means we are going to do the fun part that I think is fun. We're going to come over here and we're going to put $185.03 into investing. And I can explain that more in depth later, but basically what is happening is that we have investment accounts, both my husband and I, and we are splitting the amount between them. One of them is with Robinhood. Then Robinhood actually recently came out with, I forget the words for it, I forget the title, but basically it's like a debit card connected to your account, and it kind of turns your investment account into a bank account, and it does earn interest. So a bulk of this will go into that one, and then we will kind of see where it goes. It does earn interest, so at the end of the month I'll actually find out roughly what will be what we'll be earning, at least off of what has already been put into it. But the reason why I did that instead of putting it into traditional savings, it's something that we're doing this month only. I think, well, not this month, a month's worth only, I should say. So we've done it for 2 weeks in a row. This will be the 3rd week. Next week will be the 4th week, and then we'll decide what to do from there. But as of right now, this is what we're doing. We may switch it up and put it into savings later, but we actually do save money in multiple places now. That being said, the reason why we use the extra is because we already can live off of this. We know we can. So anything extra is money that we wouldn't have gotten anyways. So it's better to put it somewhere where it's being told what to do. There is a saying, if you don't tell your money where to go and what to do, it'll figure it out on its own. And I definitely agree with that. All right, so we're gonna come over here to rent and lemonade, and we're going to put $10.60 away into our bank account that's set up that the only money that goes into it is for rent, and for our renter's insurance, the only money that ever comes out of it is the same. This is not, the amount is less than what the total would be after 1 month. But the extra money stays in that account, and it is used kind of as a cushion. So if anything comes, if anything ever happens, we'll have a little bit of a cushion there. But it's also to build up money to have set aside that we don't think about for housing needs. Not many people would be the first to jump in and say, oh yeah, we struggled with money, but we did. We struggled with money. I want to say up until about this year, before COVID and all of the crazy things that went along with coronavirus, appearing and turning everybody's world upside down. But during this year, we have gotten better with money. We've gotten to where we actually save money. We have money left over. We're not just living paycheck to paycheck. It is a different mindset. You have to think about it, and you have to be responsible with your money. Personally, I have bipolar disorder, and one of the things that I've actually been told by a doctor was that sometimes things of importance like money, like spending, don't seem as important to someone who is having an episode. And I say that just to point out the fact that there are a lot of times where I would rather, I don't think about the fact that there's a budget. I need this, I need that. And I'm kind of a spur of the moment kind of person. And I've gotten a lot better about that, because I know that I need to do this. I need to make sure that these things are paid for. So anyways, that being said, we have an extra cushion here in this particular account. All right, the city is going to actually get $90 this week instead of $60. Sprint is going to get their $50. Dodge is going to get $70. And internet is going to get $10. So this changed only a little bit by $30. Nope, by $34.25. All right, the total for this category is going to be $480. I forgot to write the total here. All right, next is going to be credit cards, which we're actually going to be doing $50. Car insurance is still going to get $20, so that is $70. All right, so let's see. Christmas is going to get $40. Groceries is going to get $60. spending is going to get 60 and saving is going to get 40. And that is going to be 200. All right, so we do zero-based budgeting. So anyways, that being said, here's what we've got. I do kind of under budget a little bit initially. And this is just preliminary numbers here with what I think we're going to use as opposed to what we actually do end up putting into them. And that's really also just a little bit of giving ourselves a cushion. We have cushions everywhere now, and it's not something that we are used to, so we're still getting into the habit of it. Anyways, thank you for watching. I know it's probably not what many people were expecting to see in a budgeting video. I mean, other than budgeting, I did budget. But next week, stop back by and we will be doing next week's weekly budget as well as the weekly check-in. So we will go in and do a check-in. We will fill out this one. Fill in what was spent and how much was left over from each of these categories. And then kind of see how the month went at the very end. But every week we will do the weekly budget and do this check-in. Maybe if that doesn't take too very long, we'll be able to go in and do the cash envelope videos in the same thing. But right now I want to keep it as short as possible. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. Please like this video, comment, and tell me what you want to see, what you have questions about. Would you like to see a video about investing? It's kind of like a I guess kind of like an interview, kind of to discuss between my husband and I the differences between the way that the two of us invest, because we don't even invest the same way between the two of us. Again, thank you for stopping by, and y'all have a great day.